Men of culture, we meet again. We meet again. This video popped up in my algorithm and I was like, what is this video? I saw a hashtag Tifa and I saw a hashtag Final Fantasy. Now again, I'm one of the people on the planet that have not played really any of the Final Fantasy games. But I know Tifa is a character in Final Fantasy. And I saw the thumbnail and I was like, what is this? And now we're here, so let's find out what this is. Remember to be your authentic self. If you enjoy the video, shit, you know what to do. Shout out to Spartan Eric, because I bet he knew this video would probably, or maybe not. Maybe he didn't know. Let's find out. Let's watch the video. Here we go. That song was fire.
Hey, what is up, guys? How are you guys doing? It has been a little while since I made a video. I took a little break to play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I've got to say, I absolutely love.
How big are these? No way. How big are these? Oh man. Incel's about to go crazy.
I made a video. I took a little break to play Final Fantasy
Just a joke, guys.
VII Rebirth, and I've got to say, I absolutely love the game. I mean, it's such a long game. It took me quite a number of weeks to complete, but I've got to say, it was such an improvement.
Number of weeks.
And you know, it's probably one of the best Final Fantasy games that I've ever played. What about you guys? What did you think of Rebirth? Let me know in the comments below. But anyhow, guys, today we are taking a look at the SGD Studio half-scale Tifa Lockhart silicone figure.
Half-scale?
So yeah, this is pretty much going to be the final update on this figure, since the figure is released. And I think some of you guys actually have the figure in hand, which is really great to see. I mean, I've covered this figure for quite a number of months now, all the way from the initial promotional photos, to all the updates, and now to the final release. So you know, it's been quite a journey, and I'm just so happy to finally see the figure released. So I've got to tell you guys, I did not pick up this figure, I just couldn't justify the price points. But I've got to say, I think the figure turned out really well, and you know, I think
there are some people that could justify the price points.
If you guys picked up this figure, I think you'll be very happy with it, because it actually turned out very, very nice. So yeah, let's go ahead and take.
How many people do you think like buy the Tifa doll and don't clothe her in the clothes from Final Fantasy?
Take a look at what we have here.
I mean, you know it has to be right.
Here.
But it's their purchase, you know, I guess.
So as you can see, the figure is being unboxed, and I love the design of the packaging. It's very simple, but you know, it looks very professional. So
SGD Studio Hyper Real Collections. Imagine they were working in tandem with like Elon Musk's like Tesla robots to make real skin and shit like that. To make these, there's probably already them walking around and shit.
Well, I've got no complaints with the packaging. I think it looks great. And I also love the window display on the styrofoam. This way you can keep the figure inside the packaging if you want.
I need a scale, brother. I need to see this next to you or something standing.
You don't have to take it out of the box. But I'm pretty sure that 99% of you guys are going to open up this figure. But yeah, the option is there in case you guys want to keep it inside the box. And yeah, here's how it looks, fresh inside the packaging. I've got no idea why the figure is not wearing the skirt piece. But anyhow, this is how it looks.
I love how he said that statement so innocently. Yeah, he said that so innocently.
Straight out of the box. But anyhow, here's the figure out of the packaging, and let's take a look at how we assemble the figure onto the display base. I still don't think this is a very good way to display the figure. I mean, there's a hole on the back of the shirt piece, and a hole on the back of the figure, which I have never seen this on any other figure out there, so I just don't know why they decided to do this. I think it does ruin the figure to some extent.
Ruins the,
and I wish that they rather have just had no hole on the figure or the clothing, and just had a standard display stand, almost like a Hot Toy stand that goes between the legs. I think that would have worked so much better. But anyhow, this is how the figure stands on this display base. I mean, it does look pretty good.
Yeah. They probably should have had it at the feet.
Here's a look at how we insert the skirt onto the actual figure. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty much what you would expect. You have to fit it onto the figure, almost like a real piece of clothing. And then here we have the stockings or the tights for the legs. So one thing which I'm a bit afraid about is that the clothing will stain the body. As you guys know, sometimes dark clothing will stain the body of the figure. So just be super careful displaying the figure with all these dark.
Well, I mean, wouldn't it be okay if the clothing stains the body? Because, like, you're not going to undress the doll, right? You are going to keep the clothes on her for the purposes of the character display, right? Y'all wouldn't just want to take... I mean, y'all do what y'all do, you know?
Pieces of clothing.
But
I will almost
you wouldn't... I wouldn't mind if it stained the character as long as I'm going to keep all the clothes on the doll on, you know?
Man, washing the clothing first with some hot water before you display it onto the figure to minimize any risks of staining the...
I'm messing around. I'm joking. I get it. To like, cause especially I don't know the pretty penny you're breaking out the bank for this figure, so it would be pretty tragic if it did get ruined by like the staining of the clothes that you put on them. Here we go. We continue.
In the body. And here we have the black tank top, which fits underneath the white tank top. Once again, just be careful of the staining. I mean, it's a very expensive figure, and you do not want to damage this piece.
I get that. See, I knew, because I wonder... Let's see how much it ran for. Yo, I don't think this is the same model, but they can run up to this price? I suppose, yeah, like, I look at my gaming computer. Well, this one isn't near that price at all. Not for what, nah, but... I assume with everything I have, but even with that, you got to be a collector then. I understand it from the mindset of being a collector. I could see anyone paying any like, I say crazy in a certain way, not crazy like bad, but I'm saying just in like neutral, to pay any crazy amount for something like that. You got to be a collector, dude. Damn near 2K on a doll, man. That's... I mean, honestly, they should make them life size, right?
The paint job on the skin is super amazing. I mean, it looks pretty realistic. I'm pretty much blown away by how realistic the skin looks. It's pretty crazy. And yeah, this is a pretty interesting way at how you assemble the little bracelets on the wrist. So it seems like you need to cut a piece of plastic which fits over the hands, and then you slide the bracelet and the gauntlet piece over this piece of plastic. I guess just to avoid damaging the figure. But yeah, I've never seen that technique before. I just thought it was, a pretty interesting way to, assemble the figure. I wonder if this figure is going to come with this piece of plastic. It most likely does if they're showing it in the video. But yeah, here we have the glove as well. It's crazy how realistic...
Oh, so he's watching the video while I'm watching him watch the video?
Fingers are. I mean, they're individually articulated. And the paint job around the knuckle area is just so realistic.
That's crazy, dude. 2K? Like, does he have the link? I don't know. That's crazy.
Okay, and so I guess this is how you move the eyes. I totally forgot that the figure came with movable eyes. It's such a cool feature, but I've got to say, it looks pretty difficult to, to move the eyes on this figure. I don't know why they made it so complicated. They could have made it a bit similar to, how Hot Toys figures move their eyes. But for this figure, it seems like you have to move the eyes with a little pin which comes with the figure. I don't really like this method. I feel like it could damage the figure. I mean, it looks like you can definitely scrape the eyes, and it seems like you could even rip the silicone around the eyes if you're not careful. In my opinion, I would just recommend moving the eyes once.
It feels
in the desired position.
It looks so realistic that it's just like I feel the pin going into my own eye.
Just not moving them ever again. At least that's what I would do if I had this figure, because it's just not worth it in my opinion. So I would just say, move the eyes as little as possible. And it seems like the figure comes with some type of oil or liquid.
I was about to say eye drops.
Help the eyeball move inside the eye socket. Sounds a little bit crazy, but I think it's a good touch that they included this. Okay, so here's how you insert the headpiece and fix the hair on the figure. Once again, pretty straightforward. I mean, I really don't know why they decided to release these videos. It's very, self-explanatory and very straightforward. Wow, I would not want to risk rolling the hair around on the floor like that. I don't know what they were smoking when they made this video.
He said, I don't know what they were smoking when they made this video.
Yeah, I guess this is how you fix the hairpiece if it gets messy somehow.
How'd her clothes come off again, bro? What are they doing?
Once again, you just gotta brush the hair.
Why'd they sit her like, come on now?
Spray it with some water. Then you just...
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, man, what are they doing?
It into place and make sure it's nice and tidy. And then attach on the clip piece, just to make it all sit in place. So I've got to say the head sculpt of the figure is actually pretty nice. I think it's turned out a lot better than I expected. And I think there is some nice resemblance compared to how Tifa looked in the game. So yeah, overall I would say the head sculpt is pretty decent.
Yeah, they did alright.
Okay.
I mean, I can't really like call from memory because like I said, I haven't played any of the Final Fantasy games. But from the pictures Tifa I've seen, I guess they did well. But they are...
So here's a quick demo on how you move the figure, which I think is super important because, once again, this is a very expensive figure. I mean, it's $1,000. I mean, if this figure breaks, it's pretty much going to be impossible to fix because it's encased inside the silicone body. I mean, as long as you use some common sense and don't have the figure displayed in some crazy poses, I think the figure
oh my
will
gosh.
be fine. Let me know what you guys think of this figure in the comments below, and let me know how many of you guys actually picked up this figure. If you managed to get one of these figures, then you're super lucky because this is a very rare piece. I think it was only limited to like 2,000 pieces worldwide, maybe less.
Wow.
And yeah, it doesn't seem like they're going to be making any more figures of this Tifa anytime soon. And yeah, it seems to be a pretty sought after figure.
Ooh, then imagine buying, right? Imagine trying to get your hand on this figure, right? Try to buy it. And imagine you look up the one that I just did and it was like, you know, somebody reselling it or selling it. And you just sink that money. I mean, there has to be protection against it, right? Like, I don't know if Amazon has some sort of... I've never received anything too crazily like messed up in Amazon, so I don't know how you would really handle returning it or like if you got scammed. But imagine like eBay, imagine someone like scam someone with something like this. That'd be crazy,
which I think is going to be pretty rare in the future. So yeah, congrats to all you guys who actually picked up this figure. Anyhow guys, I'm going to have a lot more videos on the way now that I've finished Rebirth, finally. So yeah, I hope you guys will stay tuned for a lot more videos on upcoming 1/4 scale resin statues. I hope you guys are doing good out there. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Is that like the inner exoskeleton that's like in the actual doll? Very interesting.
Here, stay safe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Alright, take it easy guys.
Very interesting. Oh, that's a cool pose. Hey, I mean, now let's see the comments. Once for a moment, I thought there was full-size sex dolls. The first company to make 5-foot version robots of this is going to rule the world. I can't wait to see her in Toy Story 5. Yep. Damn, just think what robots are going to look like in 20 years. Crazy times are ahead. The premise of Terminator with Tifa dolls instead. This Final Fantasy figure makes everybody's fantasy to the final. Bro, what? Italy about to go into a lockdown with this one. That Tifa sex doll will make whoever made billions of dollars in profits. Oh boy, poor Tifa. Yeesh, she's going to get wrecked at the RMS Titanic. What a terrible doll. I thought it was 170 centimeters or something. I'm disappointed. There is one for 2 to 3K and it's fully functional. Is that the one that I searched up? Wait, so how much is this? Did he say it at the beginning and I missed it?
Take a look at the
They look so much bigger here,
which is really great to see. Today we are taking a look at the SGD Studio half-scale Tifa Lockhart.
Okay, I'm gonna try to look this up. No, they are. They are. They are. Yo, that's money. That's money, but I could understand it again from like a collector's point of view. You'd want to get your hands on this. That's insane. Well, men of culture, I will say goodbye to you in this video. Much love, Moonlight. And I mean, anyone trying to donate their doll? Wait, not donate. Like, don't donate any used. Never mind. Just don't click. Nah.